In the digital art, where pixels align, film and pen, their laughter entwined. Bar in hand, they ramble with glee. The Amish Inquisition, hearts worn on sleep. When the clock hits 8, it's a signal to start. Sometimes we're late, but it's part of our charm. The Amish Inquisition's gonna raise this bar. Oh yeah. Raise this bar. Oh yeah. Raise this bar.
A very specific echo rate. 30 milliseconds.
What is it?
Apparently.
30 meters.
Mm. Yeah, but not sure that it kind of makes it feel here. No matter what I do, it's fixed.
Fixed. Everything's fixed.
I left because we're back on the peasant webcam today.
Peasant
I
cam.
forget, and it happened last time. It has a microphone in it.
I was going to suggest that.
I had to disconnect that.
Yep.
Welcome to Barn Raising. I think it's Barn Raising 2024. So that must be 2 years since we started doing them.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And,
we started in the new tax year. 2022.
yeah, we needed to get some relief, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sort it out with Rachel from accounts.
Mm-hmm. Figure it out.
Yeah, 370.
370. you might
Episode
say.
370.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. Barn Raising 24, episode 370.
Yeah.
God, 370.
It's a lot in it.
It's a lot of podcasts.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Average run is probably between 2 and 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So what's that?
A
740. 740 to 740 to 1,000 hours.
Oh, we should celebrate 1,000 hours if we can.
If any producers out there want to go through every episode, count up how many minutes there are, is that what hours you want? Hours specifically.
Hours, yeah.
Yeah, how many hours we've done. You have to add all up the minutes. So if it's 2 hours, 2 hours and 28, then you've got to add that, and then the next one, to the nearest minute. And then would you round up? No, you can't round up. You need to you need to find out when it's going to exactly tick over 1,000.
Yeah. And we'll have a party.
Oi.
Mariachi band.
Will there be cake?
No cake.
Oh.
1,000 hours, shit. It's a lot of listening. A lot of content created.
Content can't be created or destroyed.
Well, it can be destroyed.
Like how you destroy a
Cake.
I was thinking more of like all those YouTube things. Jordan Peterson destroys whatever. Shapiro destroys liberal. Whatever.
Serves libtards.
Peterson drinks liberal tears.
Own piss. In quest for Aztec gold.
Yeah, there's a lot of destroying and owning goes on YouTube, isn't there?
Do people still pwn things? Is that very 2015?
Porn, PWN.
PWNED, yeah.
Porned.
Pwn.
Pone.
Pone.
Pwn.
Pwn. I don't think they do it anymore.
No.
Is that a gaming term?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
You've been pwned.
My go-to is get wrecked.
R-E-K-T. Yeah, of course.
Get wrecked.
Nice.
I learn all the new lingo, the new online gaming lingo now.
As well.
Wow. Yeah.
As well.
There was there was some older men. I would rate them in their 30s.
You'd rate them.
Yeah.
Right? Who are you talking about?
These
The
adults.
Chippendales?
These adults, they look like navvies in Morrison's, and they were talking to each other, and they both at the end of the sentences went as well.
Oh fuck!
As well.
Yeah, have not heard this?
What, out of context.
No, they're putting the emphasis
These
on
bananas are expensive as well
yeah.
as these peaches.
So emphasising the as rather than the well. As well. Yeah, both my kids
As
do it.
well.
It's weird. Yeah, you have to
Really?
keep an ear out.
I
for
do it. I do it in the house.
as well.
Just if the missus is close by.
Like,
Just
because
to
it
wind her
infuriates
up.
her.
Just to wind her up.
As well.
As well.
Oh, FR, no cap.
As well. Yeah.
So what's the other? Oh, what the new lingo? Bum sweats.
Bum sweats.
Go and
That's-
play against a bunch of bum sweats.
They've been around for ages.
I thought that was new because sweat lord. I thought that come from sweat lord.
Sweat lodge.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you're a sweat lord, which is often shortened to sweat
Mm-hmm.
or sweaty. This team is fucking sweaty.
Sweaty as fuck.
Sweat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweat lord, sweat, and then bum sweat. I presume is there's such sweat lord that because they're leaning forward towards the TV, all the sweat drips down the arch of the back and,
Channel.
and into their
Channel to the taint.
the channel channel.
Gross.
Oh God, this is awful.
as
Is
well.
Do you think that's where bum sweat comes from?
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Or sat on a
What, from the
plastic
top of
chair.
your back? I mean,
from your head.
maybe.
Sweat lords are going to get sweaty and put the hoods up and everything when they're gaming. They need to get sweaty.
Well, it's Oodies, isn't it? They all have Oodies
I've
or
got an hoodie.
what they call. Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
You do those, don't you? So
What are they?
They're like big oversized hoodies, aren't they?
Yeah,
yeah, giant hoodies.
yeah. And that's what they do. They sit in, and they're all synthetic, so you sweat like fuck in it.
It's an evolution from the slankit.
Yeah. And you know that's how the sweat is formed. You get a sweaty bum.
I think bum sweat is from sitting on a cheap plastic computer chair
Could
and
be.
getting the sweats that way. Gross.
Have you ever had one of those like gaming chairs that you sit in and has the speakers around your head and shit?
No.
We've never had one.
Not much need for it with PowerPoint presentations and spreadsheets.
You're not FC. You're not on FC.
An FC.
You're not on FC
Oh, I'm as well.
as well. You're not on FC. No, just spreadsheets.
Phil's got deep into
FC. What
FIFA,
the
hasn't
fuck's
he?
FC?
FC 25.
It's not.
Oh,
It's not
right.
called FIFA anymore, is it?
Right.
No, they fell out with FIFA, didn't they?
Mm.
It's EA. EA Sports.
It's in the game. ISS.
Well, I got some ooze from my Aberdeen team who I play with. I play with a bunch of Scottish guys from Aberdeen in a team, and I got some ooze from them when I first met them because they realised I was playing
With the claw.
ISS, playing ISS buttons.
Oh, right.
I didn't even know it, right? So I logged into the game. I started playing. I'm like, no, this ain't right. First time. And I swapped the controller and it said like, it wasn't like legendary. Like, there was like classic and then alternative, I think.
Okay.
And it was the same layout as ISS. I could just play
Oh.
straight out of the box, through
Okay.
balls, shots, tackles, all the rest of it. And so they were like, oh, you play that way, do you? It's quite strange.
And then you started to thread the balls through, and then they saw the curtain came crashing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got called a fucking clown.
Fucking clown.
Because I'm a bit of a clown with them. I was singing at them the other night. We haven't played together for weeks, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay.
They obviously watch Aberdeen on TV when they're playing, and they watch Scotland and stuff. And I get limited access to my machine, my 13-year-old's machine. Fucking, I've taken ownership of it. So it's like ships passing in the night, and you have to all be logged on at the same time. And Friday night it was. I wouldn't normally go on Friday night, but I had some packs to open.
What is this thing? The PAX thing? I've seen videos of this pop up on the internet.
People pay money for them and shit.
What?
So it's basically a pack of cards, but a card is a footballer.
And they get added to your roster or something.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
Swaps and like.
There's a whole transfer economy, like market economy based around it. Transfer listed and
It's
stuff.
like
These
Panini
packs.
stickers in it.
So they are essentially.
And then does that reset with every year?
New promotions constantly every month, it seems.
Right, okay.
Always, things are always evolving.
Mm.
So you open these packs and then you get players. That's the main economy. It's EA's biggest grossing. It's like biggest cash cow, I think, is the FIFA packs.
God.
They make
Loot
millions and
boxes.
millions of it. Loot boxes, yeah, and it brings this random reward in. A pack of players, 5 players, 84 rated or above. So, you could get anything above 84. Most of the time, you'll get 84s and 85s and whatnot. But, and there's special cards and all this lot. So, I was on Friday. Well, I can't remember why I started that story. I met up on Friday for the first time in weeks. And there was like 8 players online at the same time. So I was right back, and then you have 7 other people playing different positions in your team. And there's a new guy from Nigeria.
Okay.
And he wasn't very talkative.
Oh no.
So that's a terrible thing. These Scottish guys will just rip you to pieces. And I didn't notice at first, but they kept saying, "Hey Lamar, where are you? Where are you, Lamar?" So I gathered he was called Lamar, and then I see him, and he was being very sheepish, and I started singing at him the only Lamar song that ever.
Oh, which one is?
Is there any justice in the world?
Yeah.
That one.
Mm.
I started singing at him, and so they were egging me on then to keep going. And but it's a good laugh.
Yeah.
I play like 2 matches, 20 minutes, and then came off.
Mm-hmm.
Finished on a win. A match-saving final interception, 1-on-1 in injury time.
Nice.
And I was playing right midfield,
Okay.
and I was.
You're supposed to be the right back.
No, I swapped.
You clown.
On my first game back, I played right back, and they say, "Hey Pam, do you want to go right midfield?" Because my gamer tag is Pamela from HR, and so they call me Pam. Pammy, where are you? I need you, Pammy. It's. I think you're the second headphone now. I think, mate. I think I've been messing with wires.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
no.
cool.
Yeah, you turned me down then.
That's-
Yeah. Can I have a bit more? That'll do. Nice.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just a little bit more. Headphone volume.
Nice.
Very good.
What's new?
Bought a PA.
Personal assistant.
Yep.
One from one of those Indian ones.
That's right. Yeah.
This is a big thing. I remember reading Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Work Week, about
Outsourcing.
10 years ago.
Is that the guy who invented the wheel?
Tim the Ferris Wheel. He's a very successful podcaster, isn't he? He's very popular.
Well, I don't know about his podcast, but the 4-hour work week was
4-hour
something I'm familiar with. I've never read it.
It's
I have
interesting.
The audio book.
It's interesting. I must have read it 10 years ago, so I'm assuming it's 15 years old, if not more. And he was talking a lot about digital assistants back then. How he farmed out most of his responsibilities, day-to-day work responsibilities. He just farmed them to these digital assistants in Thailand and Vietnam and all in the Far East. So he was talking about being ahead of your time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there was something in the news, I think it was this week. There was someone who had been fired from the civil service because he had like 3 jobs at the same time. So like one with the DWP, one with Death Row, and one with another department.
Oh, all under the same.
Different identities somehow,
Oh, right.
but like held the 3 jobs at the same time, was working remotely. Yeah, and just did them all.
How's that work with tax? You must have had like a fraudulent NI number and things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe.
Were they in the Far East, or was it?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. No, I think the way it read, it was in the UK. They were based in the UK.
But-
This person.
And he was farming a lot of his stuff to digital
I
assistants.
don't know how he was doing it. It's probably just doing all 3 jobs. To be honest with you, because they don't really do very much.
No.
I'm pretty sure you could probably do it all in 12 hours, maybe half the time for each one. Well, yeah, I read another thing that like you could just get, if you got a remote like admin job, and then you just start farming it out basically, and get like 3 at the same time. But you know,
That was his step 2, from what I remember. It's donkey's years since I read it, but his first step. This is Tim Ferriss's idea of how you escape the rat race, basically, and take control of your life, essentially, and get some freedom. So, like, his first advice: work remotely. That's the first thing you need to secure. And it has to be 5 days. It has to be fully remote. This is well before like lockdowns and shit.
Yeah.
You know, working remotely again 15 odd years ago. I'm sure it was probably not achievable by a lot of people.
Been doing it since 2012.
Yeah,
That's when she started doing it.
so that's step 1. Step 2 is to farm as much of your responsibilities to digital assistants, and it's all about. I mean, you could just sort of carry on like that essentially and do the multiple roles. You can work across international boundaries remotely.
Yeah.
You know, you could get a job for a company in South Korea, engineering firm.
Yeah, work really early in the morning for a Far Eastern company and work late into the evening for an American company, and then
and then farm
work
more.
at Morrison's in a day.
Keep farming out your things to digital assistants. And you could sort of continue just in that way. But I think from what I remember, the main thing was you buying yourself time to then focus on what it is you actually want to do or going to do. Maybe you have dreams of you have a product you've designed or invented or whatever, and you've got aspirations of making it a reality. You know, that
Once
could be
you
a
get
thing.
there, though, it's really, really easy. It kind of snowballs. I remember reading like that first hurdle is difficult if you've got a boss. Like, if
You have to.
you have to be able to work that relationship well enough to be able to get to the point where you can work remotely, which I think it'd be challenging even back in the day. Maybe more challenging now, especially the way things are going with trying to square that with the boss. But if you operate as like a limited company or a sole trader, you can pick up like multiple contracts at the same time, and that'd be amazing because you skip all that first bit, and then you can just work for round the clock globally, 24 hours. Maybe have 4 or 5 contracts with different companies, and like you say, have everything done by digital assistants, and essentially it becomes passive income. Your time is your own to do with what you will, and it harm none.
I remember one of his best tips that stuck with me was setting a time to check emails. Usually once a day, and at the end of the day, I think he recommended. And that's what he does, because he said otherwise the sort of the time you spend checking emails and rechecking, you're not just wasting the time, but it's the opportunity cost of what you could have been doing with that time. And over the course of a week, a month, a year, it could add up to hours and hours and hours or days of potential productivity. So you're missing that opportunity cost of that as well as just wasting the time.
That's an interesting idea, isn't it? Because that makes me think about what they keep going on about in the media about this kind of productivity. Yeah, monkeypox or something.
You can't say monkey anymore. It's mpox.
Oh right, okay. Monkey brain pox.
Chilled monkey brains.
Oh, I never got the python babies because don't pythons lay eggs?
Yeah.
I think they were eels in a python.
Oh, right,
It
okay.
was just like a design flair, a piece of flair.
I know,
It
but
wasn't.
it's questionable, isn't it? Logically. I would have, would have been better with like when you get in China, you get the, the baby chicks that are in eggs. You've never seen those.
No.
It's like I assume it's some kind of delicacy in inverted commas. It's like a unhatched chick, basically.
A shot.
Shot. Well, no, it's kind of. It looks like it's been fermented or something, and you can just see the chick and a bit of yolk, and it's gross. Yeah, you never seen them.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I think it's probably fake news.
no, it's a thing. It's a thing. Just like the pangolin. Yeah. What was I saying then? It's something profound, I think.
Probably.
First time for everything.
Don't know.
Why'd you start talking about eggs? Must have been talking about
Baby
something.
snakes.
Monkey brains.
Monkey pox. Work back from there. Monkeys? No, it wasn't monkeys, was it?
No.
Monkeys do work. Monkey
You
typewriters.
farm out all your work to monkeys.
The chat's not going to save you, Matt.
No, it's not. Is it not the 30 seconds?
There's
behind?
no one watching. How did you get? I interrupted you with the swine flu, and then you said monkeypox.
Yeah.
So you're saying even before the COVID days,
Oh, was it?
something about being the next big thing?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, we're terrible.
Wild.
How come your memory's so bad? Are you getting contact eyes? Contact eyes?
No, I just don't have to remember anything anymore. Everything's on a computer on my phone, isn't it?
Weird.
Yeah.
Brain fog.
Yeah. If I'd sung it. I would
Oh,
have
we're
known.
talking about the fucking hell. How come it's me that remembers the email time saving thing? And you said, well, you said it was an interesting thing.
Oh,
cost.
right. Yeah.
You're checking the phone for
product.
emails.
We were talking
yeah.
about productivity. Weren't
Holy
we?
football!
And we're back.
Yeah. So in the mainstream media, the government's always on about productivity and a productivity crisis.
Right.
So I'm wondering, it made me think about the unintended consequences that we like to talk about of various things, and this idea of increased connectivity and emails and Teams now and Teams chats,
Video meetings. I heard one on Friday.
yeah.
Fucking the waffle.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
That-
I'm
fucking-
great at waffling, it suits me.
The problem is I think with Teams meetings, it's like the office memo thing. So before office memos, what did you have to do? You had to have a face-to-face meeting. Then the office memo started being a thing, and then like you went to email, and then you just started getting loads of shit emails with just bollocks on.
Can I highlight an example
Yeah.
which affects me? When we were at school, maybe once a week, once a fortnight, you would have a letter sent home with
Yeah.
information
you
about several things.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I sometimes get half a dozen emails a day from schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just send messages every day
Mhm.
or twice a day because they can. If they had to fucking buy an envelope and put a stamp on it and it cost them anything, and it took more time, hand folding, printing, folding, post, enveloping, check the address, fuck all that shit. Whereas they can just go send to all, email, and type whatever they want up in a few seconds, and you get bombarded with shit.
Well, that's just got me thinking. So I had 6 of those, incidentally, last Friday.
School emails,
Well, we have an
messages, yeah. You have to download a bastard app.
an app and sign up for it. But I suppose when we're talking about productivity, so like email memos, all that kind of stuff, this stuff is supposed to make you more efficient, but all it's doing is slowing it down because you're having to check it, aren't you? In the same way that Tim Ferriss was saying, well, if you keep going in and out of your email, you're losing time doing that.
Yes.
So we're having to check, well, a million messages from school, a million emails, a million messages on social media. If you're on there, your
Once
letters.
it's sent, it's like it's your problem. Oh, I told you about that. Oh, it's in my 4,000 unread emails inbox from this week. Oh well, I sent you the message.
I know, yeah, that's
Fuck off.
exactly. That's the other thing, and it's people like I talk to people because they're stressed, and they get like 100 emails a day.
That's rookie numbers.
That's not meaning like adverts from Argos or
Not
something
like
from
in business.
Screwfix,
Not
but
like
actual work emails.
In inverted commas again. In my personal email, I have 54,627 unread
It's
emails.
not the same. It's huge.
All from Pornhub.
And that's just one account, basically. So
Fine.
those are personal. I don't
Yeah.
get, I get, at work, maybe get like 10 at the most, but I don't need to read all 10.
Would it fuck you up if you left them all till the end of the day? Do some of them get an email you're expected to respond within an hour or something?
Yeah, sometimes.
Times
Sometimes.
constraints.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, it's
Not a
difficult
lot.
to tell which ones those are,
Yeah.
especially if you're not opening. You're just scanning through.
Yeah. I know somebody very close to me who's just stopped replying to them. And then if they get another reply, they might reply to that, basically. Because to wheedle out which ones are just fucking pointless, basically.
Right.
Take
In other
control.
words, that's an interesting ploy because it means that the ones that are replying back require an answer, maybe.
Yes.
Whereas the other ones, they're like circulars. They're just sent out, and people send.
Justifying their existence is a lot of Teams meetings, talking shops. I mean, yeah, I can't get my head around it. It's fucking nonsense. There's a meeting where I work. It's only once a month for an hour, and it's the most pointless. It's like a service-wide update. So all the services that's under this company that I work for, they all come to it with the CEO. The CEO does like a thing. Says, look,
Is it Elon Musk?
Elon Musk fuckface wanker, yeah. And then like each of the services that's under that, they do a little, and it's just the most. Don't care what that service is doing. I don't care. Send an email, and I won't read it.
A newsletter. It
Yeah.
might be, yeah.
And like, oh my, it's just so pointless. So pointless. Waste of an hour.
Is there something to say about like just socializing? I know it's not socializing, but at least getting to know like the members of your team.
No.
Because if you work remotely, a lot of people won't talk to anyone other than in a work meeting.
Yeah, but I'm quite happy
Amazing.
with that.
Yeah.
That's why.
No, but I know you might be as an employee, but what about the employer? The employer might see a benefit in the team actually talking to each other once a week for an hour.
But that doesn't
If you work in
happen.
a team.
You don't talk to each other.
No.
One person talks, says, look, this is happening in this service. This is happening in that service. This is happening in this service. And then at the end of it, there's like a 10-minute well-being session where somebody, and that is just like, I want to peel my own skin off.
Wow, shit.
It's awful.
Do the meetings not build team spirit?
It's fucking bollocks, man. Like,
No.
there is a different. I find if you did a face-to-face, even a face-to-face team meeting in these services, these talking therapy services that I've worked in, nobody wants to talk in them because everyone's just fucking burnt. It's a burnt out crisp, just trying to fucking get through the day of talking to people who want to, who are anxious or depressed or whatever, and then we're being dragged to this fucking meeting, and everyone is just like overwhelmed, and so it's just.
Why don't you say
pointless.
that, Matt?
I do say it, and everybody and then I've given up now.
They say in the meeting to the CEO, and then you take control.
Yeah. Well, there's
You can't stop by saying it to you the next one. Or
You need to speak
is there?
truth to power.
there's an anonymous feedback thing, but I've done it in other services, and people like look at me like I've got 3 heads, so I just gave up.
Are you just antisocial?
I am very much antisocial. Yeah.
This could have been an email.
The reason I work remotely is so I can take the kids to and from school, basically.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. And beyond that, and also technically, it used to cost, well, £90 a month in petrol to go to Blackpool.
Yeah, that's shit.
It'd probably be more now. So there's that, but you know, that's not a massive cost, I suppose.
Well, it's the cost
that
of
you're
running.
bearing.
Yeah, and the cost of running another car as well.
We
If
still run it, don't we? So
you know, if two people work it out, that's the normal thing. Most couples in a family, the mum and dad go out to work in general. So that's running 2 cars that you wouldn't need. Most families can get away with 1 car if someone works from home.
Well, yeah, but we've kept the beast.
Yeah.
Next door are selling their house.
You could convert it. If you chop the roof off it, you can convert it into
a swimming
skip.
pool.
A skip.
Yeah.
Still goes though, doesn't it?
It fucking does. It will never die, that engine, I don't think.
Nice.
The shell, the body is slowly rotting, but the engine will go forever.
The spirit is willing.
Yeah. But next door are selling their house, and I've got it like parked on the front. It's not supposed. It's like an ornamental patio that's been smashed to pieces by us parking the car on there.
So you're going to say an ornamental Honda Yass?
Curb appeal.
It's not been washed for like 3 years. It's got all green, whatever it is, lichen.
Do your neighbour come around and say, I've got someone coming at 7:30.
yeah.
Could you fucking move that shitty?
I know, yeah.
Put a tarp over it. And then, you know, they might think it's like an old classic sports car or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's got a tarp over that car.
Quite,
What's
it's
under?
quite boxy for a 2-seater.
Oh, it's a Lancia Monte Carlo.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's going to look awful for them, and I do think about it. But fuck them.
Is that the builder who lives next door, or is it next door the other way? Oh, he's moving, is he?
Yeah.
Before it falls down.
Too big, isn't it? I think. Well, it is. I know it's too big for them. All the kids have moved out, so they're about 10. Well, he's about 10 years older than us, maybe a little bit more. I think she's a little bit younger. I don't know if she's turned 50 yet.
Right.
But they had like 3 kids between them, and they're all adults now. And they've all bought their own places, so it's like a massive 4-bed house. And they said it's like expensive to run and all that kind of thing. So
The downsizing, eh?
yeah, they just want to get another 3-bed semi, but one they're going to do up. So he's going to get to do that, I imagine. Yeah. I think he wanted to buy. He'd like to build his own house, he said, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
How can we just let that one go to rack and ruin? You don't shit where you eat? Or,
What do you mean?
like, is he a good builder?
Yeah, he's really good.
All right.
I would wholeheartedly recommend him. Yeah, he's very good at what he does.
Very strong.
He's like, yeah. He's just a beast, yeah.
They are builders. It's a weird kind of strength they have.
It's all just core with him, I think. He's got like tiny arms and...
Do you have tiny arms? I didn't think he had tiny arms.
I'm just joking. Well, in comparison to his like rippling abs, yeah, and core.
And his cum channels.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I still can't get over him fucking pulling that 6-meter long ridge beam steel up the scaffold by himself, basically. Fucking unreal, that.
Probably use physics.
He did use physics a little bit, yes, he was sliding it and stuff, but it was fucking heavy.
Even so,
Yeah.
I've helped builders over years put RSJs in. It's not a joke. Fuck me, they're heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. That one that you work for, he's got the same name, hasn't he?
Yeah,
And he's fucking giant, isn't he?
he's an ape.
He's absolutely massive.
Absolute ape of a man.
Yeah. Is he taller than you?
No.
No.
I would say he's probably same height, maybe
he,
slightly. Right? He has a pickup truck because that's the only thing I'll carry him around.
But he's big, isn't he?
The big Hulk
Probably
of a
like
man.
Twice.
He's proper like Thing from Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Does he have a jet ski? Does he?
I don't know. Does
I'm
he?
sure because he came round to our house to do a quote, which we never got.
On a jet ski.
No, and he said, "Oh, sorry, I'm 4 hours late. I've just been jet skiing."
Moving up the town.
Yeah. I might be wrong.
4 hours late.
Yeah, it just turned up. It was like supposed to come at 12 and just turned up at 4. So, sorry, yeah, I've just been jet skiing, had a coffee with a mate. Or something. Right, okay.
I don't know. He goes abroad a lot. He
Right.
doesn't. As he lives alone, I think.
Oh, is he a lone wolf?
Yeah.
No family.
Yes, he
Oh.
does.
Bum sweats.
He has
So,
a family,
Yeah,
but they live separate.
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like Paul Whitehouse and his wife, apparently. They live separately.
All right.
They're not divorced.
All right. No, they're split up.
Right,
It's
okay.
a different thing.
Yeah.
But they live separately.
Yeah, so apparently she lives in a house down the road from him.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, John C. Dvorak of No Agenda, host of No Agenda, he seems to live separate from his wife,
Right?
but they have multiple houses.
Yeah.
and
That's
it's,
different, isn't
you
it?
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sweet podcast money.
Apparently, it's probably more common than what you think.
Really?
My wife, yeah, there's people at her work who have separate houses and they're not divorced. She keeps bringing it up.
Your missus does.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd imagine how many bikes I could have if I had my own house.
Yeah. Could fill it with bikes.
Could, yeah.
So, yeah, so they don't sleep together.
Yeah, I assume so.
Might go around like
Yeah.
like
then-
the early days.
Yeah, and then go home. Or maybe
Courting
stay
days.
over occasionally, maybe.
Yeah.
They've got a daughter as well, I think. That's
Very
Paul
strange.
Whitehouse.
Strange, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yeah.
It seems odd to me,
Yeah, it does to me. It wouldn't be something that I
Spec-
would want to do.
particularly if kids were at home.
Yeah, they have a daughter. I think she might be a teenager now.
I'm not judging anyone.
I'll give
It's
her a
just not-
house as well.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Yeah.
Kind of defeats the point, doesn't it, of being in a
Cohabitation.
relationship? Yeah. Is there something about being under one roof together that is of import? I bet it is in the psyche. In the primitive antediluvian days of yore. I bet it was important to live in the same domicile.
I wonder if it's something to do with having children and being able to pass on a house or tax purposes or something. 2 sets of inheritance. I don't know.
They are married, so it doesn't matter, does it, where you live? If you're
Yeah.
married, that's the legal. They probably you might have a prenup.
Like, but 2 lots of council tax.
That's
You
the
only pay
least in
half
Paul
because you live on
Whitehouse.
your own though.
2, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, not saying Paul Whitehouse necessarily, but anyone
Yeah.
living, you've 2 lots of council tax, 2 lots of
Mm.
rates.
I know our council tax is going to be like 300 quid soon, I think, a month. Heading towards
Right,
that.
yeah.
It's fucking mad, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a letter saying it was going up 5% or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got 5.
Um,
Oh, we're in the same council now, aren't we?
I don't know. Oh,
Are you?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
the amalgamated.
I think so. They
was talk
redrew
of it
some
happening.
boundaries or something.
Right. Who have they got rid of then?
Burnley, probably.
All right. There's just no point.
Just
Give
full
it
of
a-
bum sweats.
Yeah.
Do you know, I thought it looked better, Burnley, last time I went through it.
It's all right. Have you been to the mechanics? Let's see a show.
No, I haven't.
Quite
Is that
good.
like theatre?
Yeah, it's like an oldie, worldy.
Yeah,
theatre.
Burnley Mechanics. No, I've never been.
It's good. My daughter's done a couple of shows there with her like drama, dance, singing club
Troupe.
thing. Troupe, yeah. That's good. I saw the Fisherman's Friends there as well, actually, a few years ago.
Is
Like
that a band?
They're like a vocal harmony group.
I think I've heard
Oh,
of them.
like Ladysmith Black Man
A little
Basil.
bit like those guys, yeah.
It's the one, isn't it? That was the big hit.
I assume so. It's the only one I know.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Pulled that
You're
out of
terrible,
the
you
ether.
lot. You
What?
two.
Why?
It's not true.
What's not true?
I
Oh,
sang
no, that's
Return
Edge of
to-
Innocence, isn't it?
yeah, Edge of Innocence I sung.
I don't know.
What's Lady Smith Black Man Barzel's big hit?
It was on a Coca-Cola advert or something.
Was it?
Yeah, all of this could be like false memories.
I don't
Mandela
know.
effect.
You tell me then.
I can't remember. That's what I was
Oh.
asking.
Right. Okay.
Maybe someone in the chat will know. Lady
Yeah.
Smith, Blackman Barzo's top 20 hits.
Yeah, I'm
Please.
sure they had like a number 4 or number 5
Mm.
in the charts. That got them big. There was loads of them, weren't there? There was about 30 of them.
Yeah, like Polyphonic Spree.
Yeah, I seem to think. You know what I'm talking about. You don't know
I
who Lady
recognise the
are.
name.
Okay.
Like an African choir, I guess.
Right.
It was like a tribal style,
Yeah.
indigenous style, African indigenous sort of vocal style.
Okay.
Something
Yeah.
unique about it, wasn't there? And it's black me head. I can't believe I can't remember their big hit. I'm gonna have to Spotify that after.
Okay.
Early 90s, like mid 90s, I think. I bet they've been broke on Jules Holland.
Yeah, the world music segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always turn over at that point.
Yeah, I used to watch it a lot when I was young, Jules Holland.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I started getting more wise about media, one of the shattering moments when you learn that Jules Hootenanny is recorded 2 weeks prior.
What?
At least 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
months earlier, isn't it?
Well, I didn't think it was that far
And
ahead.
I think it's in
Maybe it's
sections.
November.
I think it's in sections as well because there's a lot of famous people there, and I very difficult for me to imagine their calendars aligning to go on.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it'll be like
Planned it
12
years
o'clock.
ahead.
12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's they'll soon get a bit Reeves down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember being shocked and stunned when I learned that, and because you watch it on New Year's Eve,
Looks
and
alive.
oh, everyone's celebrating, and the clock's counting down. How to do the countdown with me, and then the marching band comes in and all that,
Boris Johnson there.
and then you realise this is all fake.
And
You're pretending. You're all acting.
mm,
It's nonsense. And it's like, well, what else have I been watching? That's a load of
Oh,
nonsense.
dude, you need to learn
Turns
about
out it's everything on telly.
Father Christmas. It's the Father Christmas effect. Never got over it.
Could be.
Shit. I watched Conclave today.
oh,
After
any good?
award-winning film. I enjoyed it, yeah. It was good.
It's about a gay pope.
No.
I
There's been
need, I
loads
need a
of gay
straight
popes,
pope and a
surely.
gay pope.
Couldn't find it straight one.
It was alright. I thought it'd be boring, just like voting in a locked room and stuff. But there's stuff happens.
It's a drama, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it like political machinations you were witnessing, or was it more dramatic than conspiratorial?
More dramatic.
Yeah, more character based
Yeah.
rather than plot.
Yes.
Yeah, so the
Yes, I
drama
would say
came in
so,
getting
yeah.
to know the characters and
Yeah.
how they interact, and then being invested in how the film ends, because you want your characters who you empathise with to do well, and the ones that you despise to be brought down a couple of pegs.
Yeah.
Whereas some films are more, it's the plot that drives your emotional, I don't know,
Interest.
investment. Yeah,
Yeah.
interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Conclave. Who's in it?
Ray Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, BZ Toys Man, Third Rock from the Sun, Lithgow.
Stanley Tucci's in everything.
All of the greatest bold actors known to man.
John Lithgow, not John Malkovich.
Excuse me.
Apparently, John Lithgow has been cast as Dumbledore
Oh, really?
in the HBO Harry Pooper.
Is there a Harry Pooper series?
Yeah, on HBO.
Wow, excellent.
Apparently,
I'll probably watch that.
I wonder when it's set. What time period?
they're doing the books again.
Oh, so they're retelling the story, but in a seasonal
Yeah,
format,
so it's going to stretch it out. Yeah,
right? I mean, I quite enjoy. It's part of like the Christmas routine now for us, Harry
Yeah.
Potter. I would say.
yeah.
Definitely.
And if we go, take caravanning,
Mm.
we often take the box set,
Oh,
and sometimes we'll watch one at the evening time.
oh, that's nice.
That's another like a little tradition.
Right.
So I wouldn't be averse to watching the Harry Potter show,
Yeah.
But
maybe.
your kids watch the film without screaming for their devices. Sit and watch it.
Oh yeah, they're good at watching films. We did Spider-Man 3 last night. We've watched the 3 Tobey Maguire, the Sam Raimi
Right.
Spider-Mans.
Spider-Man's.
We did the 3rd one, and yeah, they'll sit through all of it. The youngest one, he sometimes gets bored and he'll go and pull up a laptop and do some spreadsheets. He's my digital assistant. But yeah, the eldest one, he'll sit through pretty much anything.
Yeah, even Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's decent. Assuming it's decent, like.
Have they not watched the animated ones? The animated Spider-Man ones are on. I think they're on
No.
Netflix now.
Oh,
They are good.
do you mean like Spider-Verse ones?
I can't remember.
We've seen them at the cinema.
Yeah.
But obviously, this Spider-Man 3, I think, is 25 years old. 20 years old.
I think 20. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think the
so-
first one came out in 2001.
I think there was a date on during the film. I think that said 2004. So I
Right.
think it might have come out 2004. Tobey Maguire and
He's got a
Oh,
funny
Reese
name, hasn't he?
Fans in it. There's a lizard guy.
Reese fans. No,
Yeah.
that's the second Andrew Garfield one. I think.
Oh, is it?
I think it must be.
Don't know.
Unless he was in the second one, I missed the second one because we were out last Saturday.
Yeah.
So Reese fans may have been in the second one, but I don't.
How do you
think
know
he
they
was.
watched it?
They told me.
No.
Well, I asked them.
Did you? Any of you ask them to give you a report just in case
No,
there's any shenanigans?
I don't think so. And then before that, we had to watch 2 Gladiators
Oof.
because I missed last week's because we were out.
Yeah, I'm not up to date with Gladiators. I've just seen the last round before the quarterfinals. Where I'm up to. Frank Bruno's daughter was on it, I think.
Yeah.
Bruno.
We're up to date on Gladiators.
I think he died this week, didn't he? What's his name?
Wolf? Wolf?
No. He's Frank Bruno. Do you say Frank Bruno? It's not him, though. It's George Foreman. Yeah.
died, didn't he? Yeah.
The Grills man.
The grills.
It's the Grillman.
Cry your greasy tears.
What's the story? I'm sure that George Foreman grill was offered to somebody else.
Or to endorse it, to put your name on it.
They were
It could
like
have been
The
it could have
Paul Daniels grill.
the Graham Thorpe.
been the Arnold Grillinator.
I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody. Yeah, and obviously it made him an
Graham
absolute.
Thorpe's dead.
I know. Yeah, so George Foreman.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But he's the oldest boxer to win the heavyweight title. I think he won it when he was 45.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Wasn't that Joe Frazier?
No, it was George Foreman and
Was it?
Cassius Clay.
I thought it was completely wrong.
I only know that because I saw it on the news this
Oh,
week.
right. Which is the one? Did he not fight Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali?
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
It was the Rumble in the car park. Or
Maybe.
whatever, somewhere else.
But yeah, so 31 years ago. So that would have been in the mid-90s.
When the George Foreman grill came out.
No, when he last won the heavyweight championship.
That's probably when Lady Smith Black Mambazo got to number. number
Frank
4.
Bruno, that's 91 when he won it.
I don't know when he won it.
Oh, I thought you just said.
No,
93,
94. George
94.
Foreman would have won it if it was 30.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
sorry.
right.
If he was 40, he was sorry. He was 45 when he won it, and he died when he was 30. Sorry, 76. The
I
corpse.
feel like that meme of that woman where all the figures and equations are approaching her mind.
Hey,
I'm confused.
I can.
These numbers are no good for me in my current state of mind.
Yeah, I'm haunted by trying to learn fractions with Mr. Hansen, and me not be able to get my head around why I'd prefer half a cake over a 1,000th of a cake. But 1,000 is bigger, Mr. Hansen.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
Couldn't get my
Oh,
head-
you retarded?
you wet lettuce. Yeah. So.
It was great, Mr. Hansen.
Hmm?
If you wanted to waste a bit of lesson time, just ask him about the conquistadors.
Oh right. Okay.
He would wax lyrically about
South America.
the conquistadors.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pizarro and the other guy.
And he was a maths teacher.
It was primary school,
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
so he was all things to all men. He taught everything.
Yeah. He was he's still got. I think he's still alive, as far as I know.
Yeah, I've seen him not too
Yeah.
long ago
Mm-hmm.
because he lives near us.
Yeah. He's a legendary figure
Right,
in
okay.
the ward of Cadley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
practically a celeb.
He is.
Yes.
Mm.
I remember when we figured out that we could do talks. You could say to Miss Danson, we want to do a talk to the class about birds.
Right.
And so he would let 4 of us, like, and he'd say, right, well, you can go in the library then and do your research for your birds talk.
Nice.
And he'd
So-
come back and say, "Was there any books in there?"
And you can do it in last period or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the next, it ended up that we were getting like a week to prepare for a talk.
Okay.
Just go to the library.
Yeah.
And we learned it through the birds one, and we delivered the birds talk, well illustrated, very good talk. Can we do another one? Yeah, we'll do another one. And it got to the point when we want to do a talk on Street Fighter 2.
Brilliant.
right, giraffe, go to the library then. And we were just like playing Street Fighter in the library. That was our research for
Oh
the
my
talk,
God.
basically.
But that talk was amazing.
Hadouken.
Who were your talk partners?
I'm trying to remember. I think, Baz.
Right.
I think Baz.
Okay.
Would have been Charlie. Who else
Too
would it have
straight
been?
lace
Yeah,
for that.
wouldn't have asked him. I don't know. I can't remember much from primary school. Horny, I think. Maybe Horny as well.
Yeah, he was a waster, wasn't he?
Oh dear.
I did a escape room on Friday with work.
And you
Like a
made it.
Team building exercise. I
Well
made it
done.
out, yeah.
Well done.
32 minutes, I think it was. Our team.
Was that in Liverpool?
Yeah, on the Albert Dock.
So do you get
Yeah.
like put in a straitjacket first?
No, you
So the
just
first
get
thing to
locked in a
escape.
room and there's like puzzles and shit, and it was pirate themed, so you had to find some
Pieces
bits
of
of
8.
map and stuff like that. Yeah, it was all right. Interesting.
How many did it?
4 in my team,
Right.
and we got out first, so I went home early.
See ya.
Back in time for tea. I think he went out on the lash, but I was driving and
And you'd already done that
Yeah,
the week before.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm so
Can't
tired.
handle that shit.
No, so tired until Wednesday.
I was rough. My joints were really sore.
There was a lot of walking to be had, wasn't there? Maybe.
I'm going to blame the fish.
I don't know. I was up at 8 the next day out with dog. I was totally fine the next day. What
No.
did you two do that I didn't?
No, I had a steak and chips,
All right.
and then a Chinese on the way
Mm.
home. I don't know, just rough. Can't drink. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's impossible. Don't know why people do it.
Mm.
I thought we drunk quite a lot, but it was over a long period.
Did we drink
It
a
wasn't
lot?
sesh.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think we probably had 10. No?
Yeah.
Fucking
I had
hell,
half a
really?
bottle of wine.
No wonder I fucked. Oh yeah, shit. We had wine at the restaurant, didn't we?
Those poor people in that restaurant with those.
I remember apologising when
Yeah,
he left.
yeah.
We went to an Italian in the
Yeah.
evening.
It was
Mm.
nice. Very nice.
It was okay, wasn't it?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Better than a kebab.
Yeah. But yeah, there was like us wasted. I don't know what time it was. It was like 6 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
And there was like maybe 2 other tables in there, 2 couples maybe.
Having a nice romantic 20th year anniversary meal.
Yeah.
And then we were just being rowdy as fuck, shouting. That's all that's all was in my mind
Shit,
anyway.
Yeah,
Talking loudly, making crass
I
jokes.
think probably. Yeah.
I remember the waitress looking a bit like scared.
Yeah,
Not scared. I don't know if scared's the right word.
Apprehensive.
Yeah.
Mm.
I imagine that you would do, wouldn't you? A load of drunk nerds come in.
We want the finest wines available to humanity.
Yeah. I imagine that it's probably not as bad as what you think it was.
No.
You just think that you're more awful than you really are. Hopefully.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes the other way around.
And Phil did go for it. He went for a cheeky pint on the way home.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't, not intentionally. I started walking
An
home.
accidental pint.
I started walking home and I was just expecting to thumb a taxi within minutes. Thought I'd just set off walking and get one on the way. And I got to Vinyl Tap. I walked all the way
shit.
to Vinyl Tap, no taxi. And turned out my mate, a guy I know's band were on.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I went in there, had a pint because it was cold as well.
And it was nearly finished, wasn't it? It was about 9 o'clock we got back.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I set off walking again and ended up walking all the way home. Not a single
that's right.
taxi.
I remember one of the times us three went out, I walked back with you to here, thinking I was walking home. I had to fucking get a taxi back to Blackburn. Walked all the fucking way.
You can't sleep here, Ben.
No, I know. I was like, we got to the Black Bull, and I was like, oh shit, this is it's not where I want to be.
Maybe you could pull up. You could get a little camping bed in here, couldn't you?
I think you'd struggle to lie down. You'd just go that way.
Corner to corner.
Wake up
Yeah.
covered in a fine sheen.
Mm-hmm. It just fills jizz. ISO. Timestamp.
Fuck.
1
I
hour.
started reading the 4th June book.
The 4th June.
Yeah, God Emperor of Dune.
Dune. I started saying June instead of
Well-
Dune.
Well,
Yeah, June the 4th be with you.
Mhm.
you always pull me up, so I corrected it on your behalf.
Dune.
Yeah, it's quite mad. It's good.
Good. I've not read the first one yet. I think I bought that before the first film came out.
Right. I
not
think
ready.
if you like them, you'll really like them.
Right.
Worth a go, I'd say. I mean, I've read. It's not. I'm on 4th book, and I've enjoyed all of them
Right.
Oh, well.
so far. And I don't generally read much fiction, so
Is it as good as Patrick Stewart's Making It So autobiography?
I will know because I haven't read it.
Oh,
You have.
Yeah.
You said it was a bit mid.
it was a mid biography. His childhood is it's always interesting to see, well, for me anyway, to read where these people have come from. But he had a very what would the word be? Working
Is
class.
it ostentatious? No.
No. Background. Humble background.
Is it from Accrington?
No, it begins with an M. It's in Yorkshire.
Molten.
It's his friend Ian McKellen's from like Burnley or something, isn't he?
He's East Lancs, yeah, I'm sure he is.
Ian
yeah.
McKellen. He's from York. It's like Morpington.
Mobley?
Mobley's Cheshire.
Morpeth.
Morpeth.
More.
Morgoth.
Mordor?
Fucking Yorkshire.
Don't know.
He's quite
Can't
correct.
remember.
Mordor. Merkin.
M-I-R.
Micklethwaite.
Murfield.
Murfield is, I think it might be.
Murfield.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's his dad was in the army in World War II. The staff sergeant major. Is that the highest rank you can get to before you're an officer?
What?
I don't know.
Sergeant is an officer, though, isn't it?
What? The sergeant isn't. It's like it's captain, isn't it? Lieutenant, sorry, is the first officer rank.
All I know is about the real generals.
Oh,
And
God, here we go.
the real generals
Of Rome.
don't just squash balls.
They crushed them.
They crush them.
Give them their doors.
Totally, I've forgotten what she says. Gemma Atkinson on that.
Oh.
the real
A real
general.
general doesn't just roll his balls.
Crushes them.
I don't know. A real general doesn't just play with toss balls. He plays with them.
No, that's rubbish.
That's so weird.
Oh, you're weird. It's so weird what you're making me do.
No, it's not. I'm not making you do anything.
Oh, Robert Harris, Fatherland. Just noticed on your shelf.
I've not read it.
He wrote Conclave.
Robert Harris.
Robert Harris, yeah.
Is that a novel then?
Yeah.
What's that one called?
Fatherland.
Fatherland.
There's a good one about Stalin as well.
That one called Starling Land.
Can't remember.
Archangel. Isn't it?
Archangel, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, I've read Archangel, but not Fatherland.
Stalin's daughter.
Fatherland.
Daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother gave me quite a lot of good fiction books, like the classic fiction book. He was throwing a load out,
Right.
and I went
Whoa,
through.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey.
And like, because like Fatherlands, I would say is probably known as a modern classic.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought, yeah, I'll have it. Maybe one day I'll get round to it. So Hunt for Red October, he gave me.
Right.
It's another one I haven't
Catch
read.
22
but it's
up there.
meant to be good.
I've tried to read Catch 22 about 3
I
times.
love
Yeah,
it,
I've heard
so-
it's hard. Yeah, I tried once when I was young. Young.
Couldn't get through it.
Good.
Uh,
Cormac McCarthy up there.
Blood Meridian.
Mm.
He's hard work.
Yeah.
Cormac McCarthy. It's more like poetry in it than
Oh, right. Okay.
It's
English.
that Horses trilogy.
Black Beauty.
Yeah, that's the one. Crazy Horses. Nice.
I don't know what I'm going to read next.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
Right.
Catch 22.
No, I've read a fiction. I'm reading a fiction now.
Wait, what?
Dune 4.
Oh, yeah, shit. You just
So,
literally said.
June.
like,
I'd
4
rather
minutes ago.
I'd rather not read another fiction.
Okay.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
So
Have you read an atlas?
I've got tons of good non-fiction waiting to be read. So I might go some historical
Will it be
based.
history? Will it be weird? Woo.
Yeah. I've not been reading much of like the occulty stuff for a long time. I went for a phase where I was reading like Cornelius Agrippa and Eliphas Levi and Madame Blavatsky,
Mm.
you know, like constantly, not constantly, but you know, majority. But not read anything really weird and occult for a while. I don't think. Some might call the Dune series quite occulted.
Occulted.
There's lots of, you know, it's a lot about theology. It's
Yeah, I
about
think it
theology
goes weird in the later ones.
and politics and
Yeah.
philosophy.
Mm. Patrick Stewart was in the original Dune.
Was he?
And is he called was David Lynch, wasn't it?
Yes.
Who directed?
Yeah, he died as well recently, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was very disappointed when he turned up on set in Mexico for the film. Apparently, he said somebody else.
Patrick Stewart, this is
Yeah.
when he turns up to film Dune.
Dune. They they wanted somebody else for the role. It's the guy who was in the Goonies role, who's in this one, the like Sergeant Colonel guy, who like trains in the film at least.
In the Goonies.
Yeah, he was in the Goonies, but he's
It's a general in the Goonies.
yeah.
Chief Scout.
But in this in Dune, he's
Oh, it's Thanos.
yeah.
He was the elder brother in the Goonies.
Josh Brolin.
Brolin.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. His role, whatever he's called in the books in the film.
Gurney Halleck.
Yeah, that's him. So that's who Patrick Stewart is.
He's Gurney Halleck.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he turned up basically bald, obviously,
Yeah.
to the set, and David Lynch looks at him and went,
Oh, hardly bowled him over, did he?
"Yeah, because
You're not much of a Gurney.
no, that one's gone under the radar."
Yeah, I know.
When he'd seen him, he'd been in sort of a costume basically, and with like a long wig, with like long curly hair and a beard and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's some poor market research then, isn't it? You don't
Yeah.
even go and say hello to a guy in real life before casting him.
yeah. But yeah, I said he was like it was very cold to him, and they never sort of really spoke until the very end when it's all finished. Yeah,
I've not seen it. Not seen the original Dune.
no, neither have I.
I won't be interested, really.
No.
But the books,
Yeah.
check them out. Give them a try.
Do it. Good.
When we were talking last time and in the barn raising, I was trying to remember the name of the, if anyone's interested, which I'm sure they're not, of the Exorcist. What's the fuck? What's the thing?
William Friedkin.
When you get possessed, fucking hell. That M. Scott Peck was talking about in
Peckerwood. Yeah.
People of the Lie.
Yeah.
It's called Hostage to the Devil. That's the name of the book. So I bought it.
Oh,
Nice.
right.
That was the expensive one, right?
I found it for £7.50.
Ah, yes. Score.
Right.
Yeah.
That's expensive for a second-hand book.
It is, yeah. £17.50 in hardback. Oh, it's massive. Like 600 pages, I think, and tiny writing.
Oh, my God. What have you done?
Just been added onto the pile.
Yeah.
I'm reading
Audiobook,
I'm
please.
reading a textbook currently that I have to therapize myself with. That's the way to do it.
Is it year 4 fractions?
An Idiot's Guide to CBT.
Oh, right.
You did learn to ride a motorbike.
No. I think you make that joke every time. I just say the acronym. Yeah. No, it's one about, it's called ACT. This is the acronym ACT. Acceptance and Commitment Therapy. You accept and you commit.
Accept what?
Get committed.
Yeah. Basically, you accept your committance.
What's the theory behind accept and commit? What's the rationale?
It's for people who maybe have had traditional psychotherapy and it hasn't really worked for them.
Right?
So the premise is, I've only read like 10 pages,
Yeah.
but is that you choose to lead your life with your issues rather than trying to get rid of them.
Chuck it in the fuck it bucket. I think
So
that used
that's
to be called.
acceptance, is it?
Yeah. And you commit to a values-based life.
What on earth is that?
Well, you figure out what your values are and what it is you value in life, and then you aim to engage in activities that would allow you to demonstrate those values.
So
Essentially.
what are some of the common values
Well,
people
depends.
have?
Depends, doesn't it? I suppose
Yeah.
family was probably one. I don't know, generosity, maybe. Working,
Megalomania.
yeah, hard work. It's a common one that comes out when I talk to people.
Fucking hell.
They value having to work hard.
A lot of people do, yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
Mm.
Work.
Yeah. Why are you shaking your head?
Because I just think there's like a focus group somewhere that churns out all this bullshit on a regular basis. We just laugh it up.
You're talking about psychology in general?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things. I think we need something new to have an acronym about.
This has been around for years, ACT. Like 20, 30 years. Started being researched in the 80s, probably. And this book is from was published in 2004. I think.
I'll allow it.
So it is. So you're saying Ben's concession is, it sounds like mumbo jumbo nonsense to me, but you're saying it has some sort of backing,
I
some
think
sort of validity.
Well, yeah, as far as you can get.
Gosh, don't fill me with confidence.
With an art form.
It's an exercise in overcomplication. Surely there's an easier way of describing all these things.
I think what it is,
Life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah, all these things, CBT included, draws on religion quite a lot. mainly Eastern religion.
You
One
work
of-
for a cult.
Yeah, essentially, but it's just repackaged and repurposed.
Clip that.
Well, finally, some honesty.
It is though.
Why-
When you start
why?
when you start looking into it, well, because people don't buy into religion anymore, do they? What do they buy into?
Science.
Exactly. So this is a
It's a new
they've
religion.
Squeeze
Yeah.
some religion into the science.
well, it's
Package it as science.
it's allegedly, or they would say, heavily researched, and been through RCTs and all the rest of it, meaning that it's an evidence-based way of improving your mental health, basically.
Going back to making things overcomplicated, I think most religions boil down to
The Big Ten.
don't be a dick. And essentially, a lot of this psychology stuff is the same. Don't be a dick.
That's what I just said.
So yeah, I know, yeah, but I think the religion, it's not like the psychology is introducing religious aspects. I think they're both kind of drawing from the general, wherever that came from. Don't be a dick. Love one another. Be excellent to each other.
I think my brother said it. It's like you're like a priest, basically.
Mate.
What a priest used to do. The parish priest. The people would go to the parish priest and say, "Oh, I've got this problem, I've got that problem. I feel this, I feel like that," and then the priest
witch
would listen.
doctor.
But people don't go to church anymore, and they don't use that anymore. That kind of
They'll
thing.
have an outlet, an emotional outlet.
No. And then because this is, science-backed therapy or whatever, then people are more inclined, this is grounded in science then.
Evidence led.
Exactly. So that means that it's something that I can believe. So this is the crucial part, which is faith.
Yeah, but then
You don't call it
kind of,
faith.
it's gonna if it'll go that far, and then it'll flip, and someone will say, "Well, religion is now evidence based."
Maybe, yeah. But if you put it through a randomized controlled trial,
We don't need
someone-
faith with evidence.
Well, yeah,
Ooh.
exactly, yeah.
What do you mean you don't need faith?
Well, I suppose the idea is, isn't it? If you believe in God, there's no evidence necessarily that God exists, other than
Look all around us, Matthew.
exactly, yeah. Whereas I suppose you've got to have faith that the research has been conducted in the way that it's
Yeah.
been written, and all the rest of it. The other thing as well about randomized controlled trials with therapy is that they wheedle out anyone who has the slightest bit of complication, which is, that's just not the real world. When you
Yeah,
speak to people.
cherry pick.
Yeah, they have to. Otherwise, they wouldn't be, addressing the correct issue, they would say. But it's not really a reflection of real life.
No, and therefore it's absolutely pointless. Possibly.
Well, this is where this ACT thing is. It basically says that suffering is universal.
Deal with it.
There's an over pathologicalization of everyday suffering, strife in people, turmoil in people's life, and like 80% of people who are referred for therapy would not meet the criteria for a serious mental health condition.
But they cling to labels. You cling to it.
Well, this is the other thing. So, like, this is all in the first 10 pages, but I'm pulling a lot out here.
Come on.
Is that so? Do with like language essentially. So that obviously that's what makes us unique as humans, away from other animals. And if you start viewing yourself as depressed, for example, you're viewing yourself through that lens, and it works two ways essentially. In that you have the word depressed, and that's how you start to view the world through that lens, and it becomes your identity. And then you begin to choose to live using that identity rather than perhaps a different lens.
Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're correct. I think I've butchered that. But there's a phrase around that.
I don't know.
Probably an old proverb or something.
Maybe. So that's the idea. That's the principle, that everything is overdiagnosed.
Mm.
There's probably, there are people who have severe depression, severe anxiety, but a lot is kind of suffering and
Yeah.
normal suffering. Yeah, normal suffering, like everybody kind of goes through. But there is no outlet for it.
Why do you think there's no? So you go to doctor. I feel weird. I felt weird for a bit now. And you go to a doctor, and doctor says, "Oh yeah, you probably like you have acute depression, possibly." And then you go, well, finally, at least I now know what it is.
Oh.
Stop worrying about it now. Why would a doctor not say, actually, you're just dealing with the pain of everyday existence for human beings?
Some of them do. Some of them will say, look, your situation, I can give you this pill, because some of the people I talk to would say what the doctor has said. So I can give you this pill and it will resolve some of the symptoms you're experiencing in terms of how severe
gimme
your mood is. And what they tell me, when they take antidepressants, is that it perhaps evens out. So the highs are less high and the lows are less low. And you're just kind of in the middle a little bit more in terms of emotion. But it doesn't resolve the issue in your life that's causing your distress. So, instead of going to a priest, you go to a NHS therapy service.
Right.
Now, basically, and you talk to somebody.
And a doctor wouldn't prescribe a priest or another preacher of your denomination.
What do you mean? Yeah, well, so they would say self-refer to a service. Is that what you mean?
They'd say you can have this pill or go to the NHS TBT, learn how to ride a bike. Or does anyone say, have you? I see that giant crucifix around your neck. Have you considered talking to a priest? Is that going beyond?
I don't think. Well, it depends on the doctor, doesn't it? But I imagine that the doctor might, depending on the background, might suggest that.
Priest might be the cause of the depression.
could be the cause of the trauma. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I suppose that, yeah, what the research suggests is that you have therapy and an antidepressant at the same time. Allegedly.
Double.
Yeah.
How do you know which one's working?
Who knows? That's always the case. Yeah. I think personally that there's something in the relationship that you form with somebody, part of it, rather than that. There's a lot of evidence that suggests that it doesn't matter what you do in the sessions. There's something healing about.
They have to know, though, that you don't give a shit about them, because if there is something in that relationship, that puts a lot of burden on you to have that connection with so many people you see on a daily basis.
Yeah, but remember, it's not what I perceive the relationship to be. It's what they do.
That's potentially dangerous, though, right?
In what way?
Well, if they go like obsessive.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen.
I suppose that could happen to anyone.
Yeah. This never happened to me as far. Oh, somebody, it wasn't obsessive, but they found me on Facebook. I told you, I think I might have done this on this podcast.
That oversteps a line, though, right?
Oh, yeah. And I had to it was so awkward. Yeah. I had to bring it up with him in the session and say, listen, you can't, we do what we do in this, raw dogging, but we don't message each other outside of the session. It's a different kind of
cross the streams.
Yeah.
What about if you got a builder to do
a builder to do some work at your house?
Would you look on Facebook?
Nobody messaged me. It was trying to have a different kind of relationship with me rather than a therapeutic one. That's the difference.
Would it be different if it was a attractive lady boy?
I mean, who knows? I've never been in the situation. I don't think I've ever really. I don't think I've ever really fancied anybody that I've
No.
therapized.
That's because you're a professional,
I've
Matthew.
found attractive. I think you get to, so with quite a lot of people, not everybody, you form a kind of a friendship. That's the best way of explaining a therapeutic relationship. It feels like a friendship,
A friendship.
a supportive friendship, and you can, there's
It's not
something.
reciprocal, though, is it?
Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends. Well, yeah, sometimes, like some of the people, I can think of some of the people I've met and spoke to, like from 8 years ago, and think, oh, how they're doing. That was a nice
You
person.
never find any of them attractive. It's strange. I think I find mental women pretty attractive.
Well, evidently.
But do you not get a thing for a bit of crazy? Do you not? Is that not?
Well,
Is
a
that
married
not?
one.
Is that not? Is that not sexually exciting for you?
I mean, it's a bit different, isn't it? When you're like, I genuinely
When
haven't.
you're in a safe space.
Yes.
This isn't a safe space.
No, I know. But just like talk to people about, like health anxiety or depression or, generalized anxiety. It's a bit like,
Is it? I wonder if it's that sort of Harley Quinn thing. So that character of Harley Quinn, she's completely psychotic, but there's something about that which is enticing.
Have you never seen the
It's
video?
danger, isn't it? Is it
Yeah,
danger?
Jump
Have you
when you're
never
getting crazy?
Yeah. Have you never seen the video of the hotness to craziness ratio?
No.
It kind of just goes, up. As the hotter that they get, the more crazy that they get, essentially. And then
Wow.
if you get right into the top corner, you're fucked, basically.
Right.
Yeah. There's an interest as a woman. I don't know what kind of background she is. Millennial Dan would know her name. He has mentioned it a few times. There's like an attractive woman's experience of the world is far removed from what mine and yours
No
is.
shit.
And imagine if you're, because I am a relatively normal person with all of my weird insecurities.
So therefore, you can't be that attractive.
Exactly. And it doesn't work the same way for me. It's the other way
It's
around.
a different graph.
It's more like a sine wave.
But like how if you think about the type of man that might approach a ridiculously attractive woman,
Right.
and what personality traits that man would likely have
Yes.
in order to do that,
Yes.
and then it probably gives that woman, that insanely hot woman, a very skewed view of the world and how men are generally, perhaps.
Right.
And I think that's basically what this woman
interesting.
talks about. I can't remember her name. If Dan's in the chat, which he's not, he would be able to tell me.
Millennials. Probably
Which
in bed by now.
Quite one of these, these people that goes on podcasts and talks about like relationships. He's been on Chris Williamson, I'm sure, a
Right.
few times.
How hot is she?
Quite hot, yeah.
Is she?
8 maybe,
Right.
9.
So pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But it's interesting though, isn't it? Like what it must be like
Yeah.
to be a woman.
Hard to imagine.
Yeah.
I can't believe I stepped on that. So that would have been a nice. I saw that.
It would have been, wouldn't it?
Imagine what it's like to be a woman.
Yeah.
Would you, if there was a pill?
Oh, here we go.
You take a pill before you go to bed, and you wake up, and you're the same person except you're female. Would you, for 24 hours, or put it? We can discuss time frames. What would you say? A week. Let's go a week.
A week.
You're a week a female, and then like the pumpkin at midnight, 7 days later, you go back to you go to bed, you wake up, and you're back to where you are now. Would you do it? Do you have a week as a woman?
What week is it?
Just a nondescript week. Let's say autumn equinox
Ah.
week.
Not a full moon.
Yeah,
Would you do it?
yeah, 100%.
For a week?
Absolutely.
Why?
You fucking perv. We all know why.
Why would you do it?
Just to get that experience.
You want to get some of that big dick?
Yeah, big energy.
What would you do with that experience, though?
What
would be
use it
different?
to make me become a better man when I revert back to my standard self?
How do you think that would happen, manifest? Why? What do you think you would learn?
I think I would learn more about. I suppose it depends who you interact with as during your time as a woman. You just sat in a room for a week.
Be kind of
Probably not going to learn much.
finger blasting yourself till you bleed.
Oh god.
I would.
Awful.
What
Where's that
kind
in
of
touchy?
what kind of woman am I turning into?
You.
So the sort of like
Will he have a
You're the
beard?
same.
three
You're
as a
the same
woman,
person.
like a three as a guy.
Well, I don't. Well, yeah.
I'm just wondering how much money I could make on OnlyFans in that week.
Oh, it takes a while to build an audience, Ben.
Is it?
Yeah.
Unless you went extreme.
Yeah.
I'd totally go extreme. It's still me. I'm not like damaging someone else's body. It's not like a body swap, is it?
No, you'll revert back to normal in
Yeah,
7 days.
you just have the mental scars,
Yeah,
not the physical ones.
maybe a prolapsed asshole.
Maybe.
In the screaming, hey, eagle!
That's like Monday evening.
Come
What
on,
else
tip
can I
me,
do?
tip me.
Yeah, today.
Would you do it, Matt? Weak as a woman?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm too squeamish.
Would you do a month, like, so you get like a whole cycle?
Oh no.
Get the
Have to
full
deal with
experience
that.
of the feminine.
Yeah, I think that's part of the deal, isn't it? It's an important part, an important distinction. I guess you would have to. It would be interesting to experience that, wouldn't it? Because I mean, yeah, kind of. People talk about mood swings, don't they? Because of the cycle.
Mm.
If you're
It's
going
not
to
something
do
I had
it,
an
you'd
issue
want
with.
to. I'd want to experience everything about, you know. Nice. Everything that we can't kind of experience as we are.
I wouldn't want to do childbirth.
That was my next where I was
that.
headed.
Fuck that.
9 months as a woman, 10 months.
I mean, the last 2 months are misery.
I
You
know,
can't get comfy. You can't sleep. She keeps moving. Yeah, it looks really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We both, man. I remember like those last few weeks. It's like just get it out of me.
Yeah.
You know, it's really uncomfortable.
Mm.
And then you have the actual birthing process.
Which is uncomfortable.
Our second was a dream,
Yeah.
an absolute dream. It
Everything was
a
destroyed the
what?
first time around.
water bath and
Oh,
fucking Enya playing all that shit. The
Hey,
mood
yeah,
lights.
yeah.
They get all the mood lighting on,
Mm.
and she had a bit of gas and air, and that rate.
Right.
Did you ever go on the
No.
gas and air when you were?
Oh yeah. Got told off for it.
Epidural, please.
You can't drive for 12 weeks, but it's worth it. Yeah, it was a breeze. The second birth,
Mm,
but the first one was what they call. I think they call it a rapid delivery.
oh no.
So we got into the yeah, nice. We got into the hospital, and I think it was born within like 2 hours,
Wow,
3
shit.
hours. We went in at 3 and we were born at 6. It was 3
Oh.
hours. 3 hours.
Cheap parking, that.
Yeah, saved a bomb.
Mm.
But yeah, it wasn't ideal.
No.
It was like I remember them being like 4 of them round her,
Right.
like go on, push. Like in the movies, you know, where all the blue blue all the blue uniform people rush into the room and they all gather around and say, "Come push, push," and it's all very dramatic.
Yeah.
It was like that the first time round, whereas the second time was like walk in the park for me.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to experience it.
Nah.
I believe there is some sort of brain chemical release happens, which is it erase short-term memory or something, and it essentially, I think, if women could remember the pain of childbirth, every family would be a one-child family. And there's some weird little
Oxytocin. I think there's a massive when the baby's born.
Yeah,
I think oxytocin causes the contractions. I think
It does, yeah. And
so yeah, and I think when the baby's born and you have the skin on skin, if you're able to do that, there's a massive production.
flood.
Yeah,
You're flooded with it.
Yeah, and it's a feel good neurotransmitter.
Because she remembers very little of both our deliveries.
Right.
And so I know it's anecdotal, but it made me think there was some sort of mechanism that's going on.
I think
Some sort of nature fooling the women.
Yeah. You can do this again.
Fooling them into having more than one child. Otherwise, we'd be extinct, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to propagate.
No, especially, when there wasn't gas and air
Oh, yeah.
and the such like.
Childbirth was incredibly dangerous for 99% of human history. Incredibly dangerous. All sorts of issues. Mothers,
I'd only say really in the last century, wouldn't you? If that.
Yeah, I was just 99 sound like a good number. Out of
still
100.
dangerous.
Oh yeah, still things can still go wrong. It's a lot rarer than it used to be. I guess that's the difference.
No, it's probably gone away from it's not like 2% fatality to like from 20% or something.
Well, there was a lot more infant mortality,
Mm.
and there was also a greater risk of maternal mortality, wasn't there?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wonder how we got this far, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, mad.
We're quite a
Us
lucky
three
species.
specifically.
Well, I was talking about humanity as a whole, basically.
Yeah.
How lucky a species are we?
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Out of just all the hominids.
And we're still expected to work. I mean, this isn't just existing enough.
And it's
Such
a weird.
rare
It is a
thing.
weird concept, isn't it? When you start to like pick it all apart, what we're doing. You are a slave essentially. A paid slave because you're a slave to the system. It's very difficult to break out of, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think you can. It's about achieving some sort of independence from it, I think is my sort of goal.
Yeah.
Or my optimum.
Yeah.
For like well-being and health and mental health and stuff. For me, some people are quite happy to go along with it, and it's not an issue for them. That's fine. That's fine. It's just not for me.
No, yeah.
That's us, baby.
Yeah, well,
Euro
just being
millions.
independent. There's a lot to having your destiny in your own hands, and a lot of people just don't. They go through life without that sort of freedom. It's weird. You get it once you do it. And I mean, just ask self-employed people. Ask 100 of them. Do you think you'll ever go back getting a job or working with someone else? I imagine 90% would say never. For the majority of people, I think it's good for you. For them, it would be good for them if they could do it. I think they'd benefit.
Yeah. It's hard work, but you get out what you put in, and it's only you who's going to benefit or disbenefit from your actions.
It's hard. It's a hard jump to make though, because you don't have that security.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the biggest, and it's harder even these days because most of us are credited up to the wazoo with two car payments a month. We've got the council tax on 2 houses because we live separately for some reason. And your cars and your phones and the on Netflix and D Plus and all the rest of it, and it sort of saps your income away. And so you signed up to all these deals, and you need your regular income just to pay for the shit that you have around you that you don't even fucking need. And so
Yeah.
it's hard to take that step because you just don't know what's around the corner, you know.
Yeah.
And the first 2 years are the hardest.
First 2 years of the hardest.
Have you two seen this weird pyramid shit that's going on around the
Yeah,
internet?
the springs.
Even my wife, no, she was the one who showed me the video.
It hit the mainstream, so I think the Daily Mail did an article on it today.
No,
It's one of the
she's knee deep in conspiracy. My wife,
pyramid conspiracy.
she's like, yeah, she's big on the mud flood.
Oh, that's different. That's Tartaria.
I know. Yeah.
Tartaria.
What she make of the pyramids on stilts?
We watched with the video that she had blaring in the background whilst I was trying to read. was it's kind of a bit of a fluff piece. It didn't really. It just said like there was like, was it not 1,700 meters down, like a spiral, and then like, is it 2 or 3?
8 stilt spirals, I think.
Right. Okay. And then something else, and then like some tanks or something underneath it, which is mad.
Yeah, it's
It is
totally
mad.
mad.
But isn't this? But this. Sorry, they might not have been filled with water, because have you not heard this? I think it's in Hancock's books, or maybe something I've watched on YouTube, that the damming of the Nile has caused the water table to rise. So the labyrinth is flooded, isn't it? Which was thought to be a library or something, wasn't it?
Right.
Am I making that up?
No, I think, I don't think it's the labyrinth, but...
The labyrinth is flooded, isn't it? Or it started to get flooded.
And there's one big site where they can't excavate it, isn't there? We had a guest talk about it, hundreds of episodes.
It might be he might have been talking about the labyrinth as well.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it might have been Eric Klein.
Right.
Is that the thing with the rocks that are too big to fit in the tunnels that are...
That's the Assyrian, I
Right.
think, which is a well-established site. No, I think it's a new site they've found. But because it's below the water table, they can't excavate it.
Hello, Channel Tunnel.
Yeah, but because they've dammed the Nile, it's made the...
Raise the water table.
So I'm wondering if that's... But this is what he... it might have been on... That might have been Hancock then, or the video I was watching, is that the flooding... Eventually what will happen is the site around the pyramids would flood. The plateau, isn't it, though?
The Giza Plateau, yeah, but there's all sorts of shit around it. It's not just the 3 pyramids.
Yeah.
It's a massive site.
Mm.
I'm tending towards it's all bullshit.
Oh.
The pyramids on springs, it just does not seem feasible.
On springs?
Well, they look like springs.
Not
the
water.
coils.
I was assuming it was a water spring rather
Yeah.
than... That would
Yeah.
make more sense.
I don't know. It seems too strange.
Or is it that
Or
they...
impossible, even.
Or is it where the blocks were quarried? If
What?
there's huge square tank shapes.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'd love to be wrong.
Or is
because
it...
it's wild. It'd
or
be
is-
absolutely fucking wild. But I don't think it is.
You don't think there's anything underneath it then?
There could be something underneath it, but those graphics I've been going around that go down 2 kilometers. Nah, I'm not having that.
Mm.
I'd love to be proved wrong, but it smells like bullshit to me.
Mm.
On that scale of the second pyramid, calf raise, I mean, it's mental. It's completely mental. It would have to rewrite all conceptions of human history
Yeah.
just because of the manpower
It's been
involved.
done before.
Yeah, I believe it when I see it.
Is this just because like people have stopped talking about UFOs? It's next on the wheel of woe.
Well, exactly. I think it's a massive distraction. I would say while all this pyramid wildness is going on, look elsewhere. Look at what are you not supposed to be looking at?
Atlantis.
Yeah. Links Atlantis.
Has Stig made it to the eye?
Borneo, bitch.
I don't know.
Is he not
I've not
supposed to
been.
be-
I've not been in contact with Stig this week.
Oh, right. Okay.
Steve.
Well, that was your job.
Was it? Was I meant to? No, we've just done one with him.
Yeah.
He's sometimes in the chat, isn't he? Mark Bajerski's in the chat.
Is he?
Before, yeah.
Hi, Mark.
Oh.
What's that? I can barely read it from back here. Something about the teachings of Egypt.
Stuff.
Yeah, pyramid stuff. Oh, distraction of the week. That's my
Oof.
thing.
Oh, not of the week. I thought you were being high horsey then. Distraction for the week.
The week of mind. Yeah. Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
Don't work on Jabba, do they?
No,
The old Jedi mind trick.
no.
What
That's
is
slug
it?
brain.
What is it Obi-Wan says about a weak mind or something?
Simple.
You know, when he does the mind trick and Luke's like, what was that? And it's like, he said something about using the force against the weak mind. God.
That was very
No one's seen A New Hope.
I just don't know it word for word, man.
Liar!
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know, there was a phase where you used to watch it regularly and bought it on DVD and stuff, but that was 20 years ago or more. 25 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
I remember going to, yes, in a galaxy far, far away. I remember going to watch all the re-releases when they all got
Yeah.
97?
and Han standing on his tail.
Yeah, that CGI, Lucas, honestly. I didn't know that CGI bullshitting wasn't worth it. I remember walking to UCI with you to watch
Did I see
one of them.
you?
I saw you at UCI. I remember walking to Docks to watch, it's a Phantom Menace. Panhead as well.
It was on because school was still on. Because when we came home, school was we just finished our GCSEs.
It's 99, yeah, GCSE year.
Oh, that must have been
And-
Phantom Menace night. Innit?
Yeah,
Right,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, and school, all the school children were coming out, and I was no longer one of them.
Oh, did that feel weird?
Yeah,
I'll never forget when I was walking down Kedley Causeway and maybe I was walking dog and a lady in front of me with a little child said, "Come out of way, that man." And it's the first time being called a man.
oh,
Remember that moment. That was
This was
bizarre.
last week.
I was going to say, I mustn't have been walking dog.
no,
I was like 25 when we got our first dog. No, I would have been, I bet I was walking up to the bus stop to go to Newman, to college.
yeah.
So I reckon it was maybe college age, like 17, something like that.
Mm.
And being called a man for the
And the
being
rest
a-
is history. You just think, oh, I've made it now. Fuck it. Fuck this.
Just
off.
give up, give up now. Be an electrician.
And I've peaked.
Yeah, it's a strange moment. Do you not remember? Did it
Yeah.
not ring something with you when you were first called a man?
Yeah, this is a couple of years ago. Baby faced.
I think I'm going to end up with a fanny tuft soon.
Yeah.
Why
my
are
fault,
you
on my
fucking
head.
looking at mine and then saying,
No, I had my hair cut a couple of weeks ago, and he cuts it short. The
it is shorter
The
than
guy.
normal? Yeah.
well, I didn't have Dr. Erskine this time. I had the gorilla,
Dr. Hairskin.
Dr. Erskine, from the first Iron Man,
Oh, right. Yeah.
who's in the cave, who helps him.
Yeah.
He's my normal barber. He's like this little wiry guy, glasses, tiny
Okay.
glasses, and he speaks like Dr. Erskine. Kind of, he has a weird accent. But I had the gorilla this time, and he cut it really short. And I'm thinking I'm thin in here.
Oh, it's
And
going to meet.
I'm gonna end up with an island. I think, like Mr. Hall,
Shit, that's amazing.
the maths teacher. I'm gonna have a fanny tuft soon.
You
He
should
worked
grow
it-
that out. and
he
then
was wearing-
pick the rest of it.
That's why my thinking.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
A massive tuft like this, and then have the ultimate comb over, like a front to back comb over mohawk.
30
That would be
inch.
great.
And if I flick it forward, it all just comes out like Prince from Mortal Kombat. Prince Goro. Like Prince Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
just
yeah,
come out in a
yeah.
massive.
I was thinking Purple Rain.
I'll basically have like a ponytail coming
On the
out the front
front.
of my head.
Nice.
Perfect, great for skull fucking.
Oh god. That's a nice old shoe. One for Phil.
Yeah, it's one of the things of getting old, isn't it? You're gonna lose your hair.
No.
No.
Pull that hair back.
When we do speak, it's not joining. In the middle.
What's your dad's hair like?
He's bold.
Is he
Yeah.
like not voluntarily?
No,
He went
he's-
bald.
Yeah, he went bald.
How's that work then with genetics?
My granddad on mum's side had all his hair, and I think on dad's side as well.
What about the milkman's side?
Just his back.
So do you think it skips a generation then?
I don't know.
It's random, isn't it?
Is it totally random though? Does it not come from your mum and dad?
Well,
You say male
ultimately-
pattern baldness, but
yeah, but I think it depends on which mix you get, doesn't it? I think
Does it?
so.
I don't know.
there must be a recessive allele that my dad's got 2 of. I've only got 1 of, and maybe my brother.
But that's the thing. My brother's got a full head of hair, and I'm going bald. So,
Yeah, so
Hmm.
you've got 1 dominant allele.
mm.
What will you do when it does get worse?
Skull tattoo.
Just gotta shave it off.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like Picard, like Jean-Luc Picard, go that far?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I imagine so. My wife is dead against it. She will not let me shave up my hair off.
Even if you're going
Yeah.
bald, she'd rather you'll have a monk skull
I
cap.
don't know. She said she'll just going to tell me when I have to do it, basically.
I think
Oh
you've
my
got a
gosh.
normal shaped head, Matt. I think it'd be all right.
Don't know
Mine's
about
a
that,
bit
Ben.
like an egg.
Get
Bit
cone,
like
cone
Phil's.
heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
feels lumpy underneath.
Horns.
Maybe.
Hey,
Yeah,
horns
probably.
coming out.
Yeah.
Don't know what I'd do.
Baphomet.
Yeah, I kind of I think you have to shave it off at some point
Yeah.
Would you grow a beard?
to compensate.
They're just
Yeah, I think you'd
dirty,
have to.
though, aren't they?
Calf?
It
Depends if you wash it.
makes
Natural
my
oils.
face feel dirty.
Does it?
She doesn't like beards either, so
Well, I see a
Oh.
pattern emerging.
yeah. Living my life.
Just grow 1 eyebrow out.
That would be terrifying. Because they grow pretty long if I left them. What's worse is like, I've got hair growing out of every orifice. And
Not every orifice.
every orifice.
Not every orifice. You ain't got a hairy
You
jam
meet-
side.
you meet
I
us.
have. Oh, it's mad where hair comes from.
Oh my god.
And none on less on their head.
Must be a reason for it.
Yeah, it's testosterone, isn't it? If you're
Is
like
it?
apparently too much.
You have too much.
Yeah, too much testosterone.
It's nonsense.
So
that,
whose life
because
are you there?
I remember they tested Japanese men because Japanese men have like virtually no body hair, and they're the same as everyone else, same as Western Europeans, same T level.
Red herring.
I think it's a genetic thing.
That's that probably originated from someone saying this bald head is a solar panel for a sex machine. Putting on a t-shirt.
That's what
And then
I'm-
it
Oh yeah,
became-
get that birthday card for Dad.
It started as faith and ended up as science.
There you go.
What time is it?
Nearly 10, 5 to 10.
Are you tired, Ben?
Oh, I'm always tired. I need to ride back.
Oh, right, okay. He took his headphones off.
I've been off for a while. Stretching.
You're close to the edge of that lead.
Yeah.
Don't break my wire.
No, don't break the wire, Ben.
Right, we better wrap up.
Oh,
then.
right, okay. Early dart.
Yep, Ben's tired.
Early darts.
Look at his sleepy eyes.
Early shot.
We won't be here next week.
No,
Why
because
not?
it's Mothering Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We're going to do some mothering.
Oh, I'm away as well.
Going to take that pill.
I got my mum coming round.
For
Mothering Sunday.
Are you
Got some
cooking
mother
a
hair.
meal?
having Sunday lunch.
I don't know. She'll she'll get her a butter pie or something. She'll be fine with that.
Butter pie?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
She'll just sit there with the Daily Mail in the corner.
I believe it's Preston North End Aston Villa FA Cup
Right. Is
quarter final, is it? Or semi
I
final?
wonder if it's on the TV.
Oh, it's bound to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might watch that. Seeing as it's our local team.
Yeah, I think so. When we'll enjoy that.
On the iPlayer.
Yeah.
Right.
Right then.
All right.
So we'll be back the week after.
Week after
In
2
April.
weeks. Yeah.
Ryan's coming back.
Oh.
I think we might have some homework as well. We might have to watch a film
I have
Yeah.
to watch a film.
in preparation, yeah.
I thought we were just going to say 3 films. And he was going to deconstruct them for us.
I mean, we could do that, but I mean, you need to have seen it, the
Right.
film. So
Okay.
one of them is one that he wants to do.
Oh, right. Okay.
So maybe if you want to think of another 2, we can do that.
The Exorcist.
Moonfall. No, it's been done. What
Mhm.
films? What kind of films?
Any?
Well, one of us is not going to be able to be here.
No, I will give up my seat for
Yeah.
Mushroom Head.
Right. Okay.
So you'll have to think of a film then.
Fuck's sake. We're always having to think of things.
Honestly. So yeah, we'll be back in April.
He's up already.
I know
He doesn't
he's-
care.
he
Fucking
can't
hell.
wait to go.
Jesus.
Ben's like he's been itching for the last half an hour.
Play ourselves out. Let's just put the microphone on Ben trying to get into his leathers. You got any talc?
It's lemon,
Right. See you next week. Bye.
No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Welcome, folks, to Barn Raising Air. Hear the tales from Phil, Matt, and Ben Fair. In the realm where the Inquisition's Amish raise the roof, clear the doubt, abolish. Strumming tales like a folk rock spree. They'll delve in deep, hearts worn on sleeve. Pull up a chair by the lantern's glow. Join our circle, let the stories flow. With Phil and Matt and Ben our kin, we're stitching wisdom like an Amish pin. We'll question everything, turn night to day. With the barn raising crew, we'll lead the way.